Hi, it's Rob from the Bush and Boltgun. Today I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial on how to paint a Thousand Suns chapter icon. If you'd like to support the channel, our Ko-fi and Patreon pages are linked below. And now for the video. So the first colour we're going to use for this is going to be Citadel Averland Sunset. All we're going to be doing is drawing a circle with a slight gap at the top left where the kind of fiery snake's open mouth is. So I'm going to link up the first freehand video that I've done where it'll show you how I go about doing circles and working those in by doing them piece by piece, working in certain directions. You can see there at the top where I've tried to do that and it doesn't look quite spherical enough, so I'm changing and I'm going to be going and just constantly doing almost like the bottom left quarter and then rotating the miniature, doing the bottom left quarter again. And that's just the way that I find doing circles a lot easier. I can get them a lot more spherical. If I try and do them from the top to the right, it never quite works out, as you can tell from the top of that line there. So here I'm rough planning it out. I've not actually penciled this one in. I just thought I'd try and wing it on this and see how I did. So you got that circle pretty much there. There's a few little bits which might be a little bit poking out or a bit too flat, but we can correct them as we go along. Because the snake has got flames coming out the top and the bottom, or either side of it, it means that you can conceal any lumps and bumps by just doing the flames over that. So the little flames that are coming out each side here, what you want to be doing is sort of pressing the brush as you normally would do when you're doing the base of the flame, and then as you're coming out to the point of the flame, lifting the brush off so you just get that very, very tip of the brush, leaving that slight point of paint behind. Now it can be quite tricky to do, and what you might find is that you'll get some of the little flames looking a little bit wide or a little bit blobby at the end. That's not a problem. If you want to, you can go back and you can just use a little bit of Ahriman blue to touch up those and just get them back to a point. But as always with freehand, it's doing one little bit, then touching it up, then doing another little bit, then touching it up, and keeping on doing that until you're happy with the results. Now at the end of this, there is a few flames that are a little bit flat at the end. There's some which are pointy at the end. But this is just giving you the idea and the technique that you can use to do this chapter icon. Now the brush I'm using here is the Army Painter Wargamer character brush. It's got a really nice point on it. So I find the best way of doing the flames is doing one side, then doing the other opposite. Just work your way around, doing one, then the other, then one, then the other, and just keep doing that all the way around until you're happy and you've got those flames going right to the end, and you've just got that final little tip of the tail going into its mouth. Go a bit heavy with some of the paint. You can see there that I've got a little bit more paint on than slightly further up. All you can do for that is use a bit of the Averland Sunset and go over some of the previous ones just to brighten them up and give them a similar look, and that way the one that you've just put on where it's a little bit brighter won't stand out that much. I did really enjoy painting this Thousand Suns Marine. I think the armour on them is really, really good. Loads of really cool details on them, the little runes, that kind of thing. I love the gold. Rather than using the standard Grax Earth shade, I went for rifle and flesh shade just to give it that kind of reddish, warmer look, which would be a nice contrast to the turquoise of the armour. So you can see some of those flames aren't quite pointy at the end, towards the end there. They are a little bit blobby. We can touch them up with a little bit of Ahriman blue. Get them looking a little bit nicer. So now we're just going to use a tiny little bit of Ahriman blue. I'm just going to touch up some of these flames, get them looking right. So all you're going to do is use a tiny little spot of Ahriman blue, just try and touch up, get a little bit of a line going underneath the flame, and a little one above it too, and that will give it that nice little point at the end. Just keep doing this until you're happy with your flames. Find the best way to check whether you have it how you'd like it is to stand the miniature up as though you're playing with it on the tabletop, see how it looks there. If it looks fine like that and you're using it as a gaming miniature, then just leave it like that, that's fine. Like so. Thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content. Also, think about subscribing to some of our other social media linked below. Thanks very much. If you like the channel, you enjoy the content and you'd like to support us, our Ko-fi and Patreon pages are linked below. Thanks very much.